Coming up today on Knottydeez.
What I always wanted to do was wake up in one place, go to bed in another, and still get to sleep in my own bed. And today we get to do it.
Okay, babe. So what happened? What had happened was?
We're out here on our first night at anchor, enjoying ourselves as we try and fix a bunch of other stuff. And just out of nowhere, the generator just stopped running. So super grateful old Captain Dan was here. Good morning, sunshine. How was your night?
It was okay. I slept okay.
That's all coming up now on today's episode of Knottydeez.
In July 2020, we decided to sell our home and chase our dream of living on a boat. We drove the four corners of Florida looking for a boat and found a lot of adventures in between. Join us as we chase our dreams and leave everything else behind. Hi, I'm David.
And I'm Danielle.
And welcome to another exciting episode with Knottydeez.
All right, so we are now going to start the process of setting our generator and the steps of doing that. We're going to open this up. I already went ahead and took us offshore power earlier when we left, or right before we left, and turned on the generator so that when we started it was ready. Turned the AC main off. I turned that AC main off before we unplugged.
And you want to leave them off until you start up and warm up the generator.
Okay, but this I do want to turn on. I'll wait till I start the generator.
You start the generator, and then we'll turn these on one at a time. The hot water heater you can turn off right now.
Okay. Go ahead and start this, right?
Lower.
Okay.
Lower should run technically for about 5 minutes before you start.
Okay.
Alright, you want to go and fire it up?
All right. Yeah, I don't smell any hint of gas, do you? Okay, so here we go. Typically, it has been taking me 3 to 4 tries to get it started. But we ran it yesterday for quite a while, so we'll see if that made a difference. You ready?
Yep.
All right, so here we go. Temp number 1. Sounds like it's about ready to catch. Oop. Almost.
It's always the third time. I don't know what it is.
All right, here we go. Third time's a charm. All right.
At least something's in a pattern here.
Or at least something's predictable in this boat, right?
Yeah.
So before you switch any power on, you should always let your generator warm up.
Okay.
Just like your engine, you should let it warm up before you put a load on it.
Okay.
We can go with another combine going through with it.
happened was?
We're out here on our first night at anchor, enjoying ourselves as we try and fix a bunch of other stuff, and just out of nowhere the generator just stopped running. So
We really weren't putting a heavy load on it. We had I think
Almost-
maybe the water heater on.
no, there was barely.
Oh, we turned the water heater off. That's right.
Yeah,
Shut some outlets.
there was I think like 3 amps pulling at the time.
3
Maybe
amps?
4.
3 amps?
Maybe 3 to 4 amps tops. Because I looked after we shut a bunch of the other stuff down, other than lights, there was almost nothing registered on the amps.
But boy, when it stopped, it just stopped, didn't it?
Yeah,
It just said, okay, time.
Done.
like I would normally think to myself like it ran out of fuel.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, that's what it
Like
sounded
it
like.
just said, okay, done. Down to the last drop.
Super grateful. Old Captain Dan was here. The generator went down and he went into troubleshooting mode. Learned a valuable lesson. Should have checked the oil on the generator before we left. Turned out we were dangerously low on oil, and apparently it shut itself off. Dan said more than likely it was a protection feature where it sensed that it was getting low in oil and it shut itself off. So we went ahead and luckily we had plenty of oil on board. We refilled it back up, but we got this thing running again and got the floors put back together, and we're going to resume our fun-filled, effortless, no problems, no drama anchorage and cruise. Right, babe? And Danielle says I have to learn everything the hard way. Good morning, sunshine.
Morning.
How was your night?
That was okay. Slept okay.
How was your night before that?
Slept okay.
Obviously, she's not very talkative on camera this morning. Well, unfortunately, it was not the uneventful night we had hoped for. Soon after getting here into our anchorage, we lost our generator, so we spent a few hours down in the engine room trying to figure out what was wrong with that. And it was low on oil. Coolant looks terrible, so we went ahead and topped off the oil and fired it up again, and it fired right back up, and we thought we were home safe. And we went settled in to try and enjoy our evening some more. And a little bit later, before bed, decided to Danielle wanted to take a shower, so we thought we'd turn the hot water heater on for her prior to going to bed so that she could shower before bed. And then that had completely shut down our generator pretty much permanently for the night. And we spent quite a bit of time trying to figure out what that was that caused that, to the point that I just kind of had a sense that I should probably check my starting batteries, since we'd had an issue with those the other day. And sure enough, my port side battery was completely dead and my starboard battery was low. And so I kind of, under a little bit of panic, went ahead and started that starboard engine, and of course the port engine didn't fire up at all. We ran that starboard engine for quite a while, probably a good hour and a half to 2 hours, trying to charge that port engine, and it never worked, never charged. So Captain Dan got down there, and he ended up using some of my electrical wire that I had in another drawer, and just made a MacGyver battery jumper cable, and we ended up being able to jump the port side battery with the starboard battery. We got the port side engine fired up finally. I think it was roughly around 1 a.m. and we sat and we waited. We fired up the engines. We let those run to try and get that port engine fully charged, and then it was rolling up close to 2 a.m. and we just decided, enough was enough for the day, and let's go ahead and shut it all down and go to bed. And that was it. I mean, I shut everything down. I didn't, we even had to shut the refrigerator off, and I basically shut all power off to and from the batteries, hoping that I could wake up this morning with enough power to at least get home. And so we got up this morning and got up there, and by the grace of God, both engines fired right up. Then we decided to go down there and try the generator one more time and give it one last shot, and another blessing, generator fired right up. And that's kind of where we're at now. So we're out here on the anchorage. You can get a look at it. Danielle's not really in the mood to be on camera this morning, as you saw. So she's gonna go ahead and make us a cup of coffee. See you in a bit.
Cast a line with my free lure I found, and I was putting another weight on it, and I dropped it in my coffee.
And what'd you say?
I'm gonna get lead poisoning.
What you doing right now?
Hanging our new flag. Okay, so we are leaving Anchorage, our first overnight. We've been here probably 24 hours, working on a lot of stuff on the boat. We had some pretty rough seas. It was a little rocky last night, and it was cold, so I was all bundled up in a blanket. Oh, then we had some generator issues. I restarted it this morning and it's been running all day long without issue. But after troubleshooting with the captain, we're definitely going to need full service on the generator. It was low on oil, low on coolant, and it probably needs a real good tune-up. And we're also going to need some new batteries. But outside of that, this morning the sun came out. It was warm enough to lay out in my bikini. And it was a beautiful anchorage. We saw some dolphins this morning. It turned out to be just a really beautiful, beautiful day.
Coming up on next week's episode.
We head back out to Anklote Key to anchor out for ourselves. And then it's time to batten down the hatches as we prepare for our first storm as official liveaboards. Then hold on to your seats as the cameras are rolling at the exact moment our marina is hit by a tornado. Hey, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can get notified of our exciting next episode. So it's all that and more coming up on the next episode of Knottydeez.